I've been making videos on YouTube for a while now, and there's one thing that is really interesting about all the videos I make, and it's exactly how I light my videos. Now, I've had so many comments in all my videos, and people are thinking that my set is actually AI. So today I'm gonna take you behind the scenes, show you a little bit about my space, the lights I use, which lights I love, which ones I would recommend, and the entire workflow behind lighting the perfect YouTube set. Let's get going. Now, with every video I make, the lighting starts in darkness. Then I start to build off by adding the light in one after the other. So the first light would mostly be the key light, which is the Aputure 200D. And I'm controlling all the lights off my app using the Sidus link. Well, I have a couple of lights that I'm using from different brands. So there are three main brands I'm using. There's the Aputure lights, there's the Godox, and there's one Ulanzi, and I'm going to talk about what each one does and why I love it so much. So the key light is usually the most brightest light that I have. Currently, I'm using the Aputure 200D. That's the one right here. It's inside a large soft box, which is the 120 centimeter soft box, and it has a honeycomb grid on it. Now, the reason why I love the grid is it puts the light on me and not on the background. So as you can see right now, the light is extended onto me, but very little of the light reaches the background, which keeps me very separated from the background, and I love that so much. I don't really like the look when the background is just as bright as I am, because it reduces the separation between me and the background, and that affects the depth of what I'm trying to create. So first light, key light. Now the second light that I love to add is actually the rim light, and that's the light that shines on this part of my body. If you've been on this channel for a long time, you know that I have a little bit of an obsession with green. So most of the time, that's the green light that you see lighting this one side of my body. So I'm going to turn that on now. And now that is on. So you can see the key light and the rim light, and everything looks good. To be very honest, most people can end here and they'll love the video either way. But I like to take things a bit further. So let's add in one more light. Now the light I'm going to add is what I call a gobo. Now this is the light that throws on the wall that gives it that window-like feeling. So if you ever thought that my videos had a real window, well, it's actually not a real window. It's a third light that has a modifier that creates that shape on the wall. So I'm going to turn the light on right now. And just like that, the third thing is on the wall now. That's the thing you see right behind me. And these are the three main lights that I'm using. So we have the key light, we have the side light or the rim light, and then we have the gobo shining onto the wall, creating the nice shape of windows. But I'm not done. I can still go further. So what is the next light that I can add? Well, the next lights are what I call ambient lights. Now, these are practical lights that appear in the set design that look like they are actually supposed to be there. Now, I have two of those. One is the lamp behind me, so I'm going to turn that on right now as well. And just like that, we have the key light, we have the side light, we have the gobo, and then we have the ambient light, which is the lamp on the left. Now there are two more lights left. Well, technically there's one, because this guy right here, well, the little guy you see on my right has always been on the entire time, but that is also a practical light. The last light is what I call the hair light. Now this is the light that lights my hair. I mean, I said lights so many times in this video. Well, we are talking about lighting, so that's fine. Now this is the light that goes on top of my hair and creates a nice gloomy effect that separates my head from the background. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on right now, and I'm going to let you see how that looks like. From here, we're going to look at the setup itself, where all the lights are placed and why they are placed in those specific spots. So when you have to make those decisions on your own, in your own space, you're going to understand the reason why I'm putting certain lights in certain positions and all of those interesting things. Now let me turn on the last light. Now the last light is on. Everything now comes together to give you this beautiful set that I have now. So for those of you who thought my set was AI, well, guess again. This is a standard set design with about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. You know, actually I lied. The hair light is not my last light. This is my last light. Yep, that little green light in my background is my last light. You know, I never actually thought about it, but now that I'm making this video, I feel like I have so many lights on, and I don't want to overwhelm anybody, to be very honest. I just want to share what my set looks like and not use this as a way to blow my own trumpet. Yes, all of these lights make it look beautiful. And no, you don't need every single light that I have. But yes, they do make it look beautiful. So make your own decisions and use your money wisely. Well, I wish I could add more lights because I still have ideas on where I can put all these lights. Okay, let's take it again. Let's start from the top so you know exactly what every light does. All right, there you have it. That's all the lights that I have. And now let's get into each and every single one of the lights. I'm going to put in the description the cost of these lights and where I got them. So if you want to buy them for yourself, then you can go ahead and just make the purchase below. And the truth is, you don't need to break the bank to have a good set design and a good looking lighting setup for YouTube videos. I know some people on YouTube would recommend really powerful, strong, expensive lights. And I get it. For longevity, that matters. But if you're starting out, you really don't have the budget to go out and get really expensive lights. So these are super affordable, and I think anybody might be able to get them, at least some of them, and slowly as you progress, you will decide which other lights you need to get along the way. So now let's go behind the scenes and see what these lights actually look like. So for the first time, I'm bringing you guys behind the scenes and showing you exactly what the individual lights that you just saw look like. So we're going to start with the first light. I've had this guy for about 5 years now, and you can see how crazy it looks. The entire softbox is almost destroyed, but this is what makes the light soft on my face, so everything looks clean and beautiful. And without this, it's going to look really hard, and hard light is not beautiful on my beautiful skin. You know what I mean? So that's the first light. And the light that goes inside that is the Aputure Amaran 200D, and typically I just use it around 50% or 60% of the actual power. So even if you can buy the 100D, that can still give you the exact same look that I have if you have an enclosed space. Also, one key point that I have to make, almost all my videos are filmed at night, so there's no ambient lights coming from outdoor, or there's no daylight that is flooding my scene. I also try as much as possible to turn off all the studio lights so I have a pitch black studio to start from. But if you want to use these lights in the day, you might have to rethink, because they're not as powerful as some of the other lights out there that were designed to work both day and night. These are 200 watts, and 200 watts is not exactly bright enough to use in the day. Well, unless of course you're shooting indoors like I am, then you should be fine. Now let's go on to the second light. So this is the second light, the one that throws the green light on the side of my face, is the Aputure 150C. So what that means is I can get every single color I want when I simply use the app. I picked this up right here in Ghana from a store called Impact Photo Store. Basically, that's the place where I buy most of my lights if I need them to. And you're going to hear a lot about them in this video, although it's not sponsored. But I do buy a lot of my lights. So if you're here in Ghana and you want to pick up lights from anybody, I recommend the Impact Photo Store. They've got great deals for you. And you can notice I have this cloth on. Now the cloth is just a diffuser. It's not exactly made for this light, but I just threw it on to soften the light because it was hitting my face way too hard and I did not like the look of it. Well, some people enjoy the look of hard light. I do not enjoy the look of hard light, especially for my YouTube videos. There are other cases where I would take this thing off and get the raw light. You can see how harsh it is, but that's what I try to avoid. So I just throw this on there like that, and it gives me some soft looking ambient light or some soft looking side light that makes it look beautiful. Now let's go on to the next light. Now this is the next light we're going to talk about. It might look like a regular light, but it's actually not. What you see is a lamp, but inside the lamp is the Aputure B7C. Now doesn't this look like magic? It's not connected, but it's working. Well, this is a battery controlled light. Also works with the app I showed earlier. I can change the color to whatever I want and control it. Now this is also interesting because it has this mount. If I screw this onto any regular light source, it's going to continuously power this and turn this into a complete continuous light with DC power. But now that it's out, it's acting as a battery, and it has about 20 hours of battery time if you're using it at 10%, and about 7 hours of battery time if you're using it on 100%. And it's one of the lights that I love to take on set and use for every single thing that I do. So I simply just hide it in here, and it gives up the feeling of having a really interesting, good looking ambient light. Now let's go on to the second one. Now this is the second one. I love this light so much. This is the Aputure MC11. It's also a colored light, so I can change the color to every single thing I want. And what makes this interesting, right, is it's magnetic. So I can stick it on there like that, stick it on my fridge, stick it on my car. It can do a whole lot of stuff. Now what I love about this light the most is the fact that it can last forever. This little tiny guy goes into every single corner, so I can get very interesting shots in light spaces that regularly would be so difficult to light. Let's go on to the next light. Now this is the next light. Now this is the Godox TL60, I believe is a tube light. Now that's the light that was hiding right here in the corner. It's also a chargeable light. You can run on power and also run on batteries for a really long time. Currently, I think the batteries are run out, I guess. Oh, it's still full power now. So you can just have this like this and hide it anywhere you want. I usually use it as my hair light or my backlight or just ambient light. So it has a ton of sources. It's super lightweight and it's 60 watts. So it's super bright. So I usually just hide it here. Oh, it's also RGB. So I can change the color to any single thing I want with the app that this light comes with. And I like the fact that almost all my lights have an app because I shoot almost everything on my own. So most of the time, I don't have people helping me turn on the lights when I need this one on and that one on. I just use the app to just turn everything on and off, and it makes my life so much easier. Let's put it back. Now the next light is perhaps my most favorite light so far. I've not had this light for long, and I'm going to do an unboxing for this light, but that is this inflatable Ulanzi light. And oh my goodness, this is such a beauty. Now this light is an inflatable piece of technology. It's made by Ulanzi, and I picked this up from my friend at Impact Photo Store, and it's a super versatile light. All I have to do is just blow in some air. All I have to do is just blow in some air and just turn it on, and this is the light that goes on top of my head and gives me a nice rim. Actually, you can use this light for so many things. You can use it to light your face because it does have a really soft light because of the balloon, and the diffusion looks super beautiful. And I just love how lightweight this is. You can take this everywhere with you. Let me actually deflate it so you see how small this becomes if you actually have to travel with it. So you open the lid, you just press that like this, and just like that, you deflate the entire thing. Now just like that, the entire light just rolls up and folds down like this. So we have the light in here and goes in like that. It's done. This is super lightweight, and you can carry this on any trip anywhere in the world, and it's not going to take up space like these other giant bulbs that I have. And some people might choose to blow this up with an inflator, but to be very honest, you can just blow that with your mouth rather quickly like this. And just in 2 puffs, the light is up. And I think I really love this light. It's my new favorite light, and I'm going to take it everywhere with me. So thank you, Impact Photo Store, for the light. Now let's go on to the next interesting light, which is the light that gives you the nice, interesting shadows on the wall. Now this is the light that I use to create the gobo. Now the gobo is go between objects. It's essentially just a film or a screen that goes in front of your light source to create the interesting shapes you see in the background. Now just to be clear, this light is not creating the shapes. This device in front of the light is creating the shape. The device has these cutouts that have interesting shapes in them, and the shapes are what creates the light shadows on the wall. That's why they say go between, because the light goes between these shapes to create the interesting shapes on the wall. So right now you're going to insert the shape into this side of the device and just push it down, and all of a sudden it creates that shape on the wall. So if you look on the wall right now, you're going to see the interesting shape that it creates. I'm going to change the shape right now, and now you have a different shape. You can rotate it. You can make it look really sharp by just making it look really, really vivid and making it look really sharp, or you can make it look really blurred. I mean, it has a ton of use cases, right? And I love it so much. But the main light is the Aputure 100D. So that's the light I put in. You can put in any other light that you want. As long as it has a bone mount, then you're good. So that's pretty much it. I think that's all the lights I use on my set. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Well, I don't think so. Again, this might be a little bit overboard. To be honest, you can do all of this with just 2 lights and you're fine. You can do with just 1 main light and you're fine. But the truth is, I have all of them, so I might as well use them. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. This has been a rather chaotic video of what my set looks like. And if you love the video and you want to go more into details, let me know. Perhaps I'm going to do a demo of what it would look like to create a 1 light setup, make a video with it, a 2 light setup, a 3 light setup, or perhaps change the way I position the light, because I still got to talk about why this light is on the right side of the decks and why this light is on the left side of the decks. But this video is going to be too long if I decide to stay here and talk about the theories behind why the lights are positioned the way they do. For now, I just wanted to share the sets so you can see what I have and what I use, and you can enjoy the video. And one last thing, people always say my videos look great, right? And most people initially thought it was the camera. Now, you know, it's not exactly the camera, but I have to be honest, I do shoot on a rather interesting camera that most people might not be shooting their YouTube content with, because it's not meant for solo filming. Now, this is one of my most interesting pieces of technology that I own. It's a Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro, and I have on the Sigma 50-100, and this is what I shoot my videos on. It might look chunky, but it works, and I love it so much because of the quality. But depending on how I'm filming, I'm going to change to my second favorite camera or my third favorite camera. In fact, I love all my cameras, so, and I'm still getting more. But don't be like me. Get the camera you can afford, get the camera you have. The best camera is the one you have in hand. That is one thing I learned very early on when I started my career in filmmaking and photography. So, but this is what I shoot everything on right now. It might change in the future, it may not change, but I love it all the same. I do hate the fact that it has no autofocus. So if I have to film myself and I'm alone, I have to come up with really interesting ways to keep myself in focus. And once I press record, I have to hope that it stays recording until I'm done. And you know how long my videos are, so that can be really crazy, right? Yeah, so that's it. That's everything you need to know. There's still a ton of secrets to share. There's still a ton of insights that I can give based on all these specific lights. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes. And if you like more raw videos like this, let me know. And I'm going to film a lot more like this, from the set design to the filming to the editing, concept development, and how I even come up with ideas for my videos. So, catch you later. Bye.